King Chidubem ruled Umudara with iron hand. Taxes doubled, curfews filled the night. Any elder suspected of corruption was publicly disgraced. The luxurious home of cabinet members were seized, their food reduced, their guard removed. The same elders who once wore gold now begged in secret. But the suffering did not stop there. The villagers suffered too. Markets closed early. Festivals disappeared. Fear replaced joy. Soon, whispers spread across the kingdom. The new king has no heart. But King Chidubem did not care. Every time he remembered his father collapsing in his arms, his heart hardened again. If kindness killed my father, he thought, then mercy is weakness. One afternoon, Eda Obinna visited the king privately. The old man walked slowly into the throne room. The king respected him enough to rise. "You may speak freely," King Chidubem said. Elder Obinna looked deeply into his eyes. "You are becoming the pain you hate." The king's jaw tightened. "They murdered my father." "Yes," Obinna replied softly, "but the villagers did not." The room became silent. "The people loved your father truly." The elders continued. "They cried for him. They still do." The king turned away. They watched him die. They were powerless. Those words pierced deeper than any word. Elder Obinna stepped closer. "Punish the guilty, not the innocent." For the first time since becoming king, Chidubem's anger began to crack. The next morning, a royal announcement shocked the kingdom. All punishments against villagers are lifted immediately. Cheers erupted everywhere. But then came the second announcement. All cabinet members must appear publicly before the king in 3 days. Fear swallowed the palace. 3 days later, the entire kingdom gathered at the village square. The cabinet members stood in chains. Sweat covered their faces. King Chidubem rose slowly before the crowd. "You wanted wealth more than justice," he thundered. You murdered the man who protected you all." The villagers gasped. The elders fell to their knees immediately. Elder Gaffer cried openly. "It is true." The crowd exploded in shock. "We poisoned the king." Another elder screamed desperately. "We were greedy. Forgive us." Women wept angrily. Men shouted curses. Then King Chidubem raised his hand. Silence returned instantly. Silence returned instantly. "You killed the greatest king this land ever had." The elders trembled violently. "Why should I spare you?" No one answered. Then Elder Obinna stepped forward. "Because mercy is what made your father greater than all kings." The words struck the kingdom like lightning. King Chidubem closed his eyes for a long moment. He saw his father smiling again, not angry, not vengeful, just disappointed. Slowly, the king opened his eyes. "You will live," he declared. The elders burst into tears of relief. "But from today, you are stripped of power forever." The crowd roared. "You will never serve this kingdom again." Then he pointed towards younger, honest men standing among the crowd. This shall become the new council of Umudara." The villagers erupted into celebration. For the first time in years, hope returned. That night, Elder Obinna sat beside the king under the moonlight. "You honored your father today," he said softly. King Chidubem stared quietly at the stars. I almost became a monster because of grief." Obinna nodded slowly. "Pain can either create wisdom or create another tyrant." The king looked towards the joyful sound of villagers celebrating again, and for the first time since his father's death, he smiled. The end.